Coming up on this edition of the Newsfeed, today is Election Day in Virginia. Find out what offices are on the ballot and why you should vote.
Plus, one new River Valley county gets consultants to promote tourism. Find out their plans.
And Virginia Tech hosts the ACC Championship Cross Country Meet. Find out how the Hokies did coming up. All that and more on the next edition of the Newsfeed.
Hello, and thanks for joining us on this edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Stephanie Campbell.
And I'm Davis Carball.
It's Election Day in Virginia. Newsfeed reporter Hunter Hokies joins us in the studio for more. Hunter?
Thanks, Stephanie. That's right. Today is Election Day in Virginia, which means it's time to go out and vote. The first Tuesday of November each year means Election Day, and people all around the country will be voting in the elections, including here in the town of Blacksburg. Residents in Blacksburg will have the chance to vote on the Virginia Senate election, the Virginia House of Delegates election, treasurer, and town council. Schools in Montgomery County will be closed because of Election Day and because some will be used as polling locations for voters. Emily Keshup, a student here in Blacksburg, offers her thoughts on this year's Election Day and hints as to who she will be voting for.
I'm very excited about these elections. This is the second time that I'll be able to vote, and as a registered Republican, I'm hoping that my party's candidates will successfully take over the House.
And then there's Dan Dembski, another student here in Blacksburg who will be voting, but not in an actual polling location here in the town of Blacksburg.
Well, I voted absentee. I live in Northwest Virginia, so I know a lot of the candidates back home, and a lot of them are running, not affiliated with a party or anything like that. So that's kind of nice, because especially nowadays it's so tumultuous between both parties.
This promises to be a big election day, and coverage will be available to watch live on many TV stations around the country, whether it's local or nationally based. As always, the results will be coming in during the evening hours as polls begin to die down and the votes are being tallied for the candidates. Reporting from the studio, I'm Hunter Hokies. Back to you at the desk.
Finding a place to live can be a stressful time for young students in Blacksburg. The Off-Campus Housing Fair is an annual event put on by Student Engagement and Campus Life at Virginia Tech. The housing fair is intended to give freshmen the resources to look into all of their off-campus housing options in one place. With the event growing over the years, other organizations such as legal services and banks have started to attend too. Student engagement and campus life at Virginia Tech aren't expecting freshman classes in the future as big as this year's, but the housing companies will be ready regardless.
We also know of many different places that are expanding, renovating their current apartments, tearing down buildings to build bigger and better ones, new complexes that are coming on to the scheme of everything, so definitely expanding in those sense.
Off-campus leases go fast, so if you still have questions regarding housing, you can reach out to Student Engagement and Campus Life, as well as Virginia Tech Student Affairs.
Big developments are coming to the city of Radford in an effort to increase the quality of living. Newsfeed reporter Denasia Donaville tells us how the new plans will benefit the community.
The city of Radford is gearing up for the new riverfront activities and a hotel coming to the area. This was announced by Radford University President Brian Hemphill during the State of the University. It's all a part of their 2020 to 2030 master plan. A multi-story hotel will be across from campus at the intersection of Tyler Avenue and Calhoun Street. The hotel is expected to be completed by 2023 and will have a rooftop restaurant and a conference center. The mayor of Radford explains why he jumped at the opportunity to work with the university.
We know that there will be a multiplier impact, that as people come and stay in the hotel, businesses near the hotel along Tyler Avenue and on Main Street will experience an increase in participation, and so that'll include new jobs, and a lot of things will come out from there as well.
One business just down the street from the intended hotel location says why they believe it's a good investment.
I think that the nice thing about it is it'll bring new people to Radford. It'll attract new businesses. And so as Radford grows from those new businesses, then it will be impacted.
Along with the hotel, the university will bring an amphitheater, a boardwalk, and a zip line to the new river. The university hopes the developments will brand them as a river campus.
Tax dollars will come into Radford. It should really help us as we try to do more things such as school improvements, road improvements, and other community projects as well.
Reporting from Radford, Virginia, I'm Denasia Dunaville for the Newsfeed.
Giles County is one of 10 communities in the United States receiving federal assistance to grow tourism. Newsfeed reporter Michael Alaknowitz has more.
The sound of these rushing waters is a familiar one to many. Thousands of residents and tourists flock to Pembroke every year to see the Cascades. However, there are more outdoor areas Giles County has to offer. The county is one of 10 communities in the nation to be selected for the newly created Recreation Economy for Rural Communities program.
The purpose of this technical assistance grant is to figure out ways that our communities can better leverage opportunities for outdoor recreation. That's a lot of words, but in essence it means how can we create an action plan to go from where we are now with our challenges and known opportunities to 2 or 5 years down the road having something in place.
Part of that plan is showing off some of what Giles already has to offer. The EPA and other federal services will join in the effort to revitalize the local outdoor economy. This program, however, isn't about a tax break or even a cash donation.
The technical assistance Giles will be receiving isn't in the form of a grant or even money changing hands. Rather, the program is designed to help Giles towns team up to get attention to all the outdoor opportunities the county has to offer.
So, what's next?
The next steps are that the consultants that EPA has on board for this are going to bring together a leadership team to start planning for 2 community workshops that are kind of the main event of this program. Those will be held in early spring, summer of next year, so the March-June time frame.
Following those workshops, residents can expect to see that plan take traction over the next few years. Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm Michael Alaknowitz.
There's actually a good reason students are skipping out of class, and it's not because of a long night out. It's flu season. News reporter Kelsey Vick has more.
It's that time of year again, and no, I don't mean football season. We're talking about flu season. The flu is a particular concern on college campuses, with so many students tightly packed in dorms and classrooms.
With our increased population of students on campus and the close proximity of the living situation in the residence halls, it's going to be easily spreadable.
The flu is one of the most common health concerns for students, and the CDC says the best way to avoid the flu is to get vaccinated. The Schifferdt Health Center offers a number of flu vaccination clinics throughout the semester.
So we open the gym up from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we actually partner with the Montgomery County Health Department, Virginia Department of Health, to come over and administer the vaccine.
Schifferdt is partnering with Housing and Residential Life to put together flu kits to be distributed to all the residential halls and hotels. The kits include a cold and flu prevention guide, tissues, a mask, and hand sanitizer. 39% of students at Virginia Tech received the flu vaccine, and Hokie Wellness hopes to see that number increase.
If students want and they have insurance, most all of the pharmacies around Blacksburg have the flu vaccine and plenty of it to give.
Aside from getting vaccinated, Schifferdt Health Center recommends that everyone wash their hands, avoid touching face and mouth, and stay at home when sick.
That was Kelsey Vick reporting. Research done at Virginia Tech to combat malignant brain tumors has seen significant progress. Dr. Ross Mile at the Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine announced last week significant progress in the fight against glioblastoma, the same cancer that claimed the lives of Senators John McCain and Ted Kennedy. Companion animals have played the biggest role in the college's recent clinical trials. One such example was Emily, a 10-year-old Portuguese water dog who was diagnosed with this cancer early last year. The treatment is designed to attack only cancerous cells and was injected directly into Emily's tumor. In her last 4 MRIs since beginning the treatment, no growth in the tumor has been detected. The Collegiate Times reports that with this recent success, Ross Mile hopes the door for human trials opens in the next few years. Virginia Tech student Sarah Lubno shared why she is excited by the recent success.
Obviously so much room for it to grow, and it's just really important too. I know like a lot of focus right now is like early detection, more so than like curing, which is also really important because that's going to end up making it easier to cure the things when it's detected earlier.
College of Vet Medicine will look to build upon this recent success and continue being engaged in frontline research in the advancement of cancer treatments.
Up next on the newsfeed, Habitat for Humanity has started construction in Blacksburg. We'll have an update on the project's progress.
And see how the Virginia Tech cross-country team performed at the ACC Championship. Those stories and more after the break.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to the newsfeed. I'm Davis Carvall.
And I'm Stephanie Campbell. A group of 50 volunteers came together on Saturday to help raise the wall on a new 7-townhome structure on Church Street that began construction earlier this month. Newsfeed reporter Rachel McGraw has more on the story.
The project is being organized by the Habitat for Humanity of the New River Valley, whose goal is to help improve the living situation of others within the community. Blacksburg Presbyterian donated the land the townhomes will be on, which is right across the street from the church itself. A generous donation of $50,000 was made by the Blacksburg United Methodist Church earlier this year.
It was really an act of courageous faith on the part of the congregation, because at the time we were not meeting our own church's budget. And so we decided to step out on faith and do what we felt God was calling us to do in connecting with our community and making a positive difference in the lives of at least 7 families.
The Blacksburg United Methodist Church has worked with the Habitat for Humanity of the New River Valley since their very first project within the area. The target buyers for these units are those who may not be able to afford other homes within the community. The Habitat for Humanity is also focused on keeping energy bills as low as possible for future residents, helping them and the planet.
Not only are we, conscientious of affordable housing, but we're also conscientious of, being green builders. So we're thinking of energy efficiency. So we're getting this Earthcraft certified so that not only we're making it affordable, we're making it where our home buyers are going to be able to afford their electric bills as well.
2 of the townhomes have already been signed for, but 5 units are still available for buyers. Construction is set to be completed in a year. Reporting for the newsfeed, I'm Rachel McGraw.
Virginia Tech hosted the ACC Cross Country Championship meet this weekend. Newsfeed reporter Taylor Caskey was there, and she joins us from the newsroom. Taylor?
Thanks, Davis. Virginia Tech competed Friday afternoon at the Buford Meredith Cross Country course, and they did not disappoint. Virginia Tech hosted the annual ACC Cross Country Championship Friday at the course. The men's team ran an 8K, or just under 5 miles, while the women ran a 6K. Virginia Tech runner Peter Soifer won his 2nd straight ACC title, while Ellie Hennis from NC State won for the women. Distance runner Osman Humida explains how Virginia Tech relies heavily on the motivation of their coaches to push them through this event.
They told us, because rankings don't really play a factor when it comes to ACCs, because teams can beat other teams even though you're ranked under them, so you always got to put everything you got on the line, no matter what you rank, because just know that it doesn't matter.
Despite the cold, Virginia Tech was glad to have the home field advantage for such a large event. Many Virginia Tech staff and students were able to come out and cheer on the team. However, Syracuse won the title for the men's team, while NC State took the women's title for their 4th year in a row. The Virginia Tech team hopes to make big strides before the NCAAs at their Hokie Open, a race on November 8th at Virginia Tech that is available to any school who wants to participate. The Virginia Tech team women's currently ranks 22nd in the NCAA, while the men rank 26th. The NCAAs will take place November 15th in Charlottesville, Virginia. Reporting for the newsfeed, I'm Taylor Caskey. Back to you in the studio.
Virginia Tech Wrestling is gearing up and ready for another exciting season. The Hokies hope to continue their successful run, having won an ACC title in 4 of the last 7 years. Last year, head coach Tony Roby and the Hokies finished second in the conference with a 9-5 record. Redshirt freshman Mekhi Lewis went on to win the first individual national championship in Virginia Tech history. However, Lewis will not compete this year, instead taking a year to train for the upcoming Olympic trials. Redshirt senior and 3-time All-American David McFadden will lead the charge for a less experienced team that still has high expectations, according to Roby.
We have a lot of new faces in our lineup, guys that we haven't seen before compete for us for a consistent basis. I do know this much, I've been training really hard. It's really important to them, and I think we're going to have some really good results.
Virginia Tech's young talent proved itself this past weekend with an opening 29-10 upset victory over 9th-ranked Missouri. The Hokies will look to build off the opening win next Saturday when they face Northwestern outside in the Mat on the Mound meet from Virginia Tech's baseball stadium.
That will wrap up this edition of the Newsfeed. If you have a story idea for the Newsfeed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And as always, you can also connect with the Newsfeed on Facebook and Twitter.
Thanks for watching. I'm Stephanie Campbell.
And I'm Davis Carball.